Everybody's carrying stories we can't see. Invisible mountains, silent memories. A smile can be a doorway, a word can heal the night. Sometimes the smallest kindness becomes somebody's light. We're all learning slowly, we're all finding our way. No one wakes up perfect at the start of every day. Every choice is planting what tomorrow's going to find. The future starts this moment, so be kind. What you give away never disappears. Love that goes farther than our doubts and fears. Be kind, even when it's hard to understand. Be kind, lift another heart with open hands. Every soul is walking through a journey all its own. The love we choose to share is what comes back when we have grown. The world begins to change, one heart, one day, one life at a time. So be kind. Every meeting has a purpose, every crossing of our roads. Every face reflects a lesson that our higher spirit knows. Choose the path that feels like freedom, not the one that's built on fear. When we lead with love and courage, everything becomes more clear. The light inside another is the light that's inside you. What we recognize in others is what we're growing into. The mirror keeps reflecting everything we choose. Compassion is a victory that no one ever loses. Be kind, even when divide. We're here to keep remembering the love we've held inside. Open every window, open every door. When kindness leads the journey, we're all becoming more. Be kind, the world is waiting for your light. Be kind, one gentle spark can change the night. Every choice creates tomorrow, every moment plants a seed. The richest life we'll ever live is measured by the good we leave. We're all becoming something greater, one beautiful design. Be kind. Be kind. Be kind and watch the whole world bloom. Somebody told you long ago you had to earn your place. Had to be stronger, faster, better. Had to win the race. So you spent your years chasing shadows, trying to prove your worth, not realizing from the beginning you belonged here on this earth. Every scar tells a story, every tear has played a part. Every road you've ever traveled lives inside your heart. You don't have to be a hero, you don't have to be a star. You don't have to change the whole world to be exactly who you are. You matter more than you know, more than you've been told. You matter right here, right now, whether you're young or old. You matter on your best days and when you're falling apart. You matter because you're you. That's enough from the start. The world can make you question if you're doing things the right way, comparing yourself to everybody else every single day. But a flower doesn't ask permission before it starts to bloom, and the moon never apologizes for lighting up the room. The things that make you different may be your greatest gift. The world gets a little brighter every time you let them live. You don't need a million followers, you don't need a perfect plan, you don't need anybody's approval to know exactly where you stand. You matter more than you know, more than you've been told. You matter right here, right now, whether you're young or old. You matter on your best days and when you're falling apart. You matter because you're you. That's enough from the start. You matter. Hey. You matter. That's the secret we've been trying to find. The value was never missing. It was there the whole time. Not because of what you've done, not because of what you've earned, but because there's only one of you in this whole universe. You matter more than you know, more than you've been told. You matter right here, right now, whether you're young or old. You matter when you're winning and when you're starting again. You matter, and the world is better because you're in it, my friend. You matter. You matter. Don't forget it. You matter. You A smile started somewhere before it got to me. Somebody held a door open, somebody helped me see. A teacher shared a lesson, a friend picked up the phone, a stranger showed me kindness when I felt all alone. Now I'm standing in this moment because somebody cared. The light I'm holding in my hands is a light somebody shared. Nothing good was ever lost, it just keeps moving on, like a melody that finds new voices to sing the same old song. Pass it on, pass it on. If you found a little light, pass it on, pass it on. If you found a little hope, pass it on. The world gets brighter, one heart at a time. Pass it on. The rain doesn't keep the water, the sun doesn't keep the shine, the river doesn't keep the journey, the stars don't keep the night. Everything that's beautiful keeps giving what it has. That's how forests grow. That's how love can last. Every act of goodness leaves a trail behind. 1,000 little miracles changing one life at a time. Pass it on, pass it on. If you found a little light, pass it on, pass it on. If you found a little hope, pass it on. The world gets brighter, one heart at a time. Pass it on. Help somebody. Pass it on. Pass it on. Love somebody. Pass it on. Pass it on. Live somebody. Pass it on. The wonder still exists, the magic still alive, but it grows a little stronger every time we help it thrive. What if that's the reason we're all gathered here tonight? Not just to find the light ourselves, but to keep it burning trying to simply be. A smile can change a morning, a word can change a day. Sometimes the smallest gesture can light somebody's way. We spend so much time looking for something big to do, not realizing the greatest gifts are already inside of you. You don't need a cape, you don't need to fly, you don't need super strength to change somebody's life. Kindness is a superpower, stronger than we know. One small act can start a chain that reaches farther than it shows. Kindness is a superpower, it shines through the dark. One little spark of goodness can light a million hearts. Hold a door for a stranger, listen when someone speaks, check on your friends and neighbors, stand beside the weak. The world can feel divided, but love still finds a way. Every act of compassion makes tomorrow a better day. You don't need perfection, you don't need a plan, just a heart that's willing to help another stand. Kindness is a superpower, stronger than we know. One small act can start a chain that reaches farther than it shows. Kindness is a superpower, it shines through the dark. One little spark of goodness can light a million hearts. Be kind, be kind, lift somebody up tonight. Be kind, be kind, let your little light shine bright. What if changing the world starts with changing one day? What if helping one person helps 100 more someday? The smallest seed can become a forest, the smallest wave can reach the shore. The smallest act of kindness can become something more. Kindness is a superpower, stronger than we know. One small act can start a chain that reaches farther than it shows. Kindness is a superpower, shines through the dark. One little spark of goodness can light a million hearts. Kindness is a superpower, and anybody can begin. The world gets a little brighter every time we let it in. Be kind, be kind. You never know how far it goes. The road keeps winding where the horizon bends. Every ending quiet becomes a place to begin. We can build another wall or open up a door. The heart that keeps on growing always finds a little more. Every face a mirror, every soul's a flame. We're all writing chapters in a story with no blame. The compass isn't somewhere far above the skies. It's waiting in the stillness where the quiet answers rise. When the noise gets louder, when the shadows call, there's a voice inside us whispering through it all. Choose love when fear is asking you to run. Choose love like the rising of the sun. Every moment is a doorway, every choice becomes a seed. The life we're always searching for begins with what we believe. One heart can change another, one spark can light the night above. Choose love. No one's only yesterday, no one's only scars. We're all unfinished paintings, reaching for the stars. The hardest roads have taught us what the easy never could. Sometimes broken pieces fit together into good. Lift your eyes with wonder, let tomorrow have its say. The smallest acts of courage help to light another way. The world becomes much brighter when we finally understand. The future starts the moment that we open up our hands. Love isn't weakness, love is standing tall. Love keeps building bridges where fear would build a wall. No one walks alone when kindness leads the way. Every soul we touch changes us today. Choose love even when the answers aren't inside. Choose love, be the calm, become the light. Every heartbeat writes a future, every dream begins anew. The world keeps growing brighter every time compassion breaks through. Together we become the hope we've always been dreaming of. Choose love, choose love, choose love, choose love, and let it lead you home. There was a voice beneath the noise, calling me by name, not asking me to be somebody else, not asking me to change. Every mask I ever wore fell away with time. What's left is something stronger now, a heart that's finally mine. No more borrowed dreams, no more borrowed skies. Freedom starts the moment you stop believing the lies. Live your truth. step becomes a rhythm, every breath becomes a song. When your soul and heart move together, you discover you belong all along. Just live your truth. The mirror isn't judging, it's only showing light. Every crack became a window, every shadow learned to shine. No one else can walk your road, no one else can see the beautiful horizon waiting quietly. Let tomorrow find you standing where you're free. The greatest revolution begins internally. Live your truth, even when the world says turn around. Live your truth, stand your feet upon the solid ground. Every heartbeat writes a story, every dream becomes a flame. When you stop pretending to be someone, life will never be the same. Just live your truth. You were never broken, you were learning how to fly. Every question brought you closer to the reason why. Don't shrink your light, don't hide your fire. The world is waiting for your highest desire. Live your truth. Live your truth. Live your truth. Let your spirit lead the way. Live your truth. One honest step, one brighter day. Every choice creates tomorrow, every smile can set you free. When you become exactly who you are, you become who you were always meant to be. Live your truth. Live your truth. Live your truth. I spent years trying to hold the wind, chasing places I'd never been. Then the silence taught me slow. The river always seems to know. Every sunrise finds its way, without asking if it's okay. Maybe life is less about control and more about listening to your soul. Every breath, every sign, every step falls into time. Trust the tide, it knows where the shoreline lies. Trust the tide, there's a wisdom in the rise. You don't have to fight the current, you don't have to force the sea. Sometimes the road you've been searching for is the one beneath your feet. Clouds keep keep moving, seasons change. Nothing beautiful stays the same. Every ending clears the view, making room for something new. The heart already knows the way, even when the mind delays. Every door that closes tight makes room for another light. Let go, let life unfold. The strongest roots don't fear the cold. Every wave returns again. Every loss can still begin. Trust the tide. Every storm will lose its name.